So we're going to check out the second half of Fly Me to the Moon. We're going to start really easy and then we're going to add things to fill it out. So it's basically just a big 2, 5, 1, and C major. And we're going to actually play the 2, 5, 1 like that. So the D minor 7, G7, C7. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right. And the first thing that you'll do is you'll put the melody on top of that. We'll play it up an octave. Now, it obviously doesn't sound so much like the song, so we're going to add a few things. We're going to add some phrasing to the melody. So instead of just playing quarter notes, we're going to play some things on the off beats, and we're going to add our own phrasing kind of based on the words. In other words, please be true. In other words, darling, kiss me. Please be true. That part, and now we're going to add a little bit of we're going to actually work on our left hand. So instead of just playing the chords solid like that, you'll notice that I'm doing some skip beats. So like 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So you should be able to put the skip beat in several places in the bar. And you should practice putting it in each position so that you get you have a variety of places to add that skip beat, and it should be accented and held through. So you can also practice adding in some skip beats and phrasing to your liking, and we're going to add in a couple other chords. So the first time that it repeats, G7, C major, walk up, and then A7, and now a 2, 5 back into A minor. So B half diminished, and then E7. All right. You could do something like that, so that you can go back into the second part. All right. So that's the first time, and the second time the ending is just a little bit different. We go immediately to the E minor chord, A7, and we're going to end with C6. All right, so that's how that will go. So I think definitely work on those sections, and also work on improvising over top of this chord progression. And the first thing I would recommend is improvising over the simple chord progression, and then later adding the walk up and the 3/6, the E minor and stuff. So first try just improvising over this basic 2-5-1 progression. So you can do chord tones. So that's just using the notes from the chord on each chord, all right? You could also use the full C major scale, so the white keys. And this is also nice because you can start to kind of generate some ideas. So maybe one idea would be playing, 3 notes, and then playing those 3 notes, sequencing them to the scale. So. Something like that, and you can think of more creative ideas. Something like that. Right? So you can think of all sorts of different ideas and give them a try. You can also improvise a little bit with the blues scale. add those two things. And then, of course, just like with the first section, you can also use some neighbor tones. And then once you're comfortable with those changes, then you can start applying those ideas, but also do the other changes. Something like that, all right? And then back to the other part. Great, so I think that would be enough to work on for that section. And then when you put both the sections together, it will sound something like this. Let's say. Break for the solo, some chord tones, and then some ideas with the C major scale. Some blues scale. And now some chord tones. And then the melody again. And you can play through the whole song if you want an ending. You can do the classic ending. That's very kind of cool chord. You actually play it up an octave too. A big chord if you want at the end. Have fun.